Nancy Pelosi said this election was a mandate, and she's right, just not how she believes it to be.
Again, I see it as an opportunity. I think Joe Biden has a big mandate, a bigger mandate than John F. Kennedy when I was in school.
Welcome, everybody. Kevin Jackson here. Let's talk about this mandate. First things first, when Nancy Pelosi tells you there's a mandate for the Democrats, what she's telling you is it's a mandate for the Republicans. See, Democrats do opposite speak. By the way, YouTube, don't get mad at me for telling the truth. This is the way it works. You can go look through history and verify, get your people that look over the facts, and they will verify that what I said is true. Now, what is the mandate? How can you claim you have a mandate when you've lost at least 7 seats to the Republicans and you bragged that you would lose none? Also, there are at least 7 additional seats that are probably going to flip Republican when it's all said and done. Also, where's your mandate when you can't win the Senate? And the final thing is, where's your mandate when in order to win the presidency, you have to cheat to pretend that America wants to replace the best president in modern history with a brain dead, demented moron? That's your mandate? See, the mandate did come. It came in the form of Donald Trump getting over 70 million votes and blowing through baby black Jesus, that would be Barack Obama's 2008 popularity. Numbers I didn't think could be reached. Did you think they could be reached? No. Did you think they could be reached? No. And neither did you. None of us thought that you could reach the level of popularity of Barack Obama. He was a rock star. And Donald Trump, every single week, day after day, honestly, wherever he went, he created rock star status. And if the Democrats weren't fighting him, it would have been thousands more people at his rallies. Everywhere this man went. I'm sure, just like with the tweeting, Democrats thought, oh, these rallies will go away. They won't be that big anymore. And then, so when that didn't happen, you know what they did? They started hacking his rallies, hacking them. And then what's funny about it, in his Tulsa rally, they laughed at Donald Trump for only getting 6,200 people at that rally. You want to know how many more people that was than Joe Biden? 6,200. Do the math. So here's Donald Trump getting a mandate. And the Democrats are fearful. I've already talked about this in a previous KEV talk. They're fearful because 71 million people that we know of voted for Trump, and another 4 million he got cheated out of. So I want you to think about those numbers. Donald Trump probably did 7, who knows, maybe 10 million more votes than baby black Jesus in his heyday. Joe Biden would be lucky to get 62 million. I think it's less than that, probably 60 million legitimate votes. So do the math. 75 million, 60 million, you outnumber them. We outnumber them everywhere they are. Now, if the elections were legit all over this country, the Senate would be 67 Republicans to 30-something Democrats and a couple of independents. The House would be 2/3 Republican if the Democrats let things run normally. And to be honest with you, the numbers might be bigger than that. And if the media were to do its job and actually report what's really happening, report on the insanity of these leftist knuckleheads, people that say, we got to get back into the Paris Climate Accords when Trump got us out and our air is cleaner. We are not spending a dime on this nonsense and we have cleaner air. Border protection. Who doesn't want that? Do you lock your doors at night? So do Democrats, but they claim they don't want border protection. Nonsense. They want higher taxes for you to pay them, not them. They try to get out of them. They claim they want livable wages. What's a livable wage and how do you determine where it is? If it's in Timbuktu, Kansas or New York City? You know, crazy ideas. Hey, here's a novel idea for you Democrats. Why don't you just get off your butts and go to work? How about that? Why don't you come up with ingenious or good ideas and start your own companies and stop complaining about, oh, they don't want to hire black people. They don't want to hire women. They don't want to hire Latinos. Last time I checked, every one of those special interest groups have businesses of their own. They aren't worried about, oh, the white man's keeping me down. He's got a foot on my throat, whatever. These are people who are going to work every single day, doing their jobs, and they aren't looking for an excuse. So let's go back to this mandate. We're told the Democrats got a mandate. They lose at least what? We're 7 House seats. We're probably going to lose another 7 once it's all said and done. The Democrats said they had a mandate. They aren't going to win the Senate. The Democrats say they have a mandate. Once Trump is done popping them in the face over this coup that they tried and gets reelected, you're going to see no mandate existed. The only mandate that exists is a mandate for conservatism, a mandate for sanity, a mandate for a clean government, a government that will stop attacking people who have great ideas. The best citizens of the world are conservative Republicans, not just in America. They are the best citizens of the world because we don't want to cheat. We don't want to connive to get ahead. We are willing to work and live the American dream because we know that American dream is worth more than anything out there. So what is it that they're so afraid of, Democrats? You want to know? I'm going to give you the answer. They are worthless. They have no ideas. They don't believe in themselves. They only believe in the collective. And what they're trying to do with mask mandates and this woo-flu nonsense is to shut this country down so they can have the government become the big daddy and start doling out other people's money to make it appear as if big government is the way to go. Now, that's the so-called mandate. It's insane. They lost a governorship. They lost state houses to Republicans all over this country. Lost House seats, didn't win the Senate, and dang sure didn't win the presidency. No question about any of this. And what is Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer running around talking about? The mandate. You think there's a mandate? Well, there was. And that mandate was everything you think and everything you believe. That mandate was America is not racist. There is no need for diversity, equity, and inclusion in schools, in the public discussion, in the workforce, none of it. We've been getting along for over a century in this country, black, white, gay, whatever. Do we have our issues? Of course we do. And we address them like we've overcome every single thing that the left complains about. They hold no other country to the standard that they hold America to, and we've overcome it all. We've overcome any situation they brought up, and the only thing they can do is keep complaining and pretending they have a mandate. Well, here's the difference. When you go to sleep at night, you know Donald Trump legitimately got somewhere between 71 and 75 million votes. The Democrats know in their heart of hearts that Joe Biden probably barely got 60 million legitimate votes. How does Joe Biden win all the battleground states that Hillary lost and then lose 800,000 votes in New York? Let me tell you how. The same reason why when Joe Biden was the only candidate in Kentucky, when he had won all the other primaries and he was the only candidate, 57% of Democrats supported him. 43% didn't. In New York City, in New York State, 71% of Democrats in the primary supported an uncontested Biden. 30% of Democrats did not want to vote for that clown, or 30, whatever it is, 30%, 30, I think 71, so 29%. And finally, post-election, Rasmussen poll, believe it or not, I don't care about them, but 56% of Democrats said we voted for Biden, meaning 44% of Democrats did not vote for Biden, but supposedly voted against Trump. How many do you think people that voted for Trump said, I affirm, I want to vote for Donald Trump. I'm not voting against Biden. I'm voting for Trump. You want to take a guess? You want to take a guess? You? How about you? Anybody want to take a guess? Of course not, because we know we voted for Trump. We voted for his policies. We want border security. We do. We want taxes to be paid less, and the ones that we give to the government, we want them accountable. We want a strong military. We want somebody who's going to address all of these foreign issues, specifically around trade and the predatory practices of China. We want somebody who's going to say America's the greatest country in the world and I'm going to look out for its interests. We want all of that because it all makes total sense. And this concept that the Democrats have a mandate is more delusion on their part. They got to now go sell that lie. And what you witness with Donald Trump, I don't know, hundreds of thousands of people converging on DC to support him. And what does the Democrats do? They send in Antifa, wait till the crowd disperses, and then they start beating up old people and people walking around with children. That's what they do. The mandate, folks, is to get this country back to normal, to get this country back to where everybody believes in the American dream. Because see, whether the Democrats try to destroy that or not, overwhelmingly, Americans still believe that if they apply themselves, if they work hard, if they stay focused, if they don't get caught up in the minutia of, oh, you're black and you can't get ahead, you're a woman and you can't get ahead, you're gay and you can't get ahead, or whatever their special interest nonsense is, then you can get ahead. If you take out all the noise, there are many examples all around you. You don't have to look that hard. Black community, Latino community, women community, LGBT community, all around you are success stories. And the mandate is, if Donald Trump Donald Trump gets his second term, the mandate is you will have 4 more years to make it in this country, to stop the belly aching and get it done. And we're going to watch this mandate. And what you're also going to watch is Donald Trump say, gloves are off. You people started this fight. And as we say in the vernacular, don't start no SH, won't be no IT. Well, they started the SH. So watch what Donald Trump does with the IT. Because of you, we blew through that first 1,000. Now we're way above that. We're shooting for the stratosphere. I can't thank you enough for your support. So please keep watching KEV Talks. Share them with others. Don't be a hog. Let other people know. These can be shared. It's not that big of a deal. You don't lose anything. Anyway, thanks again.